This is, like I said, the next couple weeks is all practice up until we get ready. Okay, here we go. Now on the big TV, it should.
See, I can't load this at all.
No, you're not supposed to. I don't have it going yet. Okay, see how this is on the big TV right here? Okay, since you guys pretty much know what it is, this is what everybody's going to see when they're on, whenever we do these web programs like I'm doing right now. When I'm getting ready to start. And then a little clicker. So they're seeing just this, not any of us, okay? So when I'm doing it, I can usually sit here, whatever, when we're here, so like your friends down in Florida, or you know, Tim or somebody else. And then basically the business model disruptive, okay? And I've got to keep one eye on my Zoom meeting here, because when it comes up, we're going. Start the dang meeting. It's always something, isn't it, Nick?
Yeah. I expect it now.
Don't expect it, man. That's what you're cursing me.
I expect it with him.
Alright, real quick. Okay, we're going to go over this real quick. I'm going to start over. So, yeah, you know, one of these days you guys get to do it too. And you have to be clicked on the right thing. Oh. Okay, the business model of today, simple, disruptive, noble. They are not easy, duplicated. They have an app. Let's look at some examples. Apps, you guys understand what the apps are, things that Brent don't know how to use. You all understand what the taxi industry was, correct? And from the taxi industry, we've got Uber and we got Lyft. Nowadays, everybody knows this little sign. It's not an electrician sign. It is actually meaning Uber.
That means Uber now? I
Yeah.
thought it was something else. They changed it.
Lyft? No, it's Uber.
That's Lyft, ain't it?
It's Uber.
That's Uber?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, years ago, Blockbuster Video, Netflix wanted to basically partner up with Blockbuster. Blockbuster said, oh, who would ever stream videos? Today, Blockbuster is out of business. However, you do have Netflix. Netflix, who basically pushed and said everybody's going to be going online, now has an app where you push the app, you get to watch any movie you want. Usually it's about $8.99 a month or $10.99. Not only that, you can watch whatever you want. Also, hotel industry. Okay, Airbnbs now are the ones that are controlling the hotel industry. People are renting out their houses and homes and everything else. You just push on an app, you go get to a home, you get a cheap deal. Okay, airlines are starting to do the exact same thing. Okay, we all know what books are. If you guys notice, you two haven't seen this one. The newest one we put on here is the Amazon, because now it's Amazon with all your books and everything else. You know, it's easy to go with Amazon. Anybody that knows me knows I use Amazon all the time. Why? It's easy. I hate shopping. However, with Sears, Kmart, and all these other places closing, where are people going to go? They're going to go to Amazon. All right, digital photography. Okay, you have Instagram. Send all your photos wherever you want to send them. The legal profession is the exact same way. It is expensive, unresponsive, unaccountable. Lawyers do what they want on their own time, and you pay them to do it. However, we are disruptive innovators, simply, easier, more affordable, accountable, and responsive, okay? Now, even today alone, I get people all the time, nonstop, ask me. I'm not a lawyer. I don't sell. All I do is offer our services. Our company was established in 1972. The wrecks happened in 1968. Harlem so-and-so got into a really bad accident. There was no fault of his own. However, as of today, we're protecting approximately 4.6 million lives in the United States and Canada with a dedicated network of quality law firms in all 50 states and 4 provinces of Canada. And we're always moving one up. Now the zoom's on. Our promise, we protect and empower people.
It's purpose.
Huh?
Our purpose.
Our purpose is to protect and empower people. In parentheses, to correct me. Our vision, to provide equal access to liberty, equality, opportunity, and justice that every human deserves and expects. Let me push this because now, okay. Of course, once I push that, then, okay. So, have you ever signed a contract, had a landlord-tenant issue, been overcharged or treated unfairly, received a traffic ticket, needed a will prepared or updated, had a real estate transaction, been a victim of identity theft, or been concerned about your child's identity? Have you ever Basically wanted to talk to a lawyer. So, tap, call, equal access. On our app on your phone, and a lot of people will show you that on your phone, you have this app. It's very simple to use. Okay, I used it on Friday. I was rear-ended by a car coming at me. The first thing I did was I called 911, then I called my insurance company. From my insurance company, who no one had a clue what's going on because I'm calling so fast. I'm literally used to calling now to get somebody right away. The person that got a hold of me the fastest was when I called Legal Shield. I had a lawyer on the phone waiting on everybody else to get going. Okay? I handed my phone over to the police officer just because I was like, look, I'm not, no offense to you whatsoever, I just want to make sure everything is said the right way. He goes, all I need is your insurance number and everything else. We had to wait about 15, 20 minutes to get that because the insurance companies are actually slower than Legal Shield's lawyers. And the lawyers like made sure I was okay, told me to, if we to document everything, take pictures, and I could call them 24/7 and I get that same lawyer back because they're the person that was on call. So, tap, snap, send. Have you ever got a ticket before? Any of you ever got a ticket? Good. If you ever had a ticket, you take a picture of the front and the back, you push send, the law firm is going to call you back within 4 business hours. Now, since you guys are here and I can do a little bit more, you guys understand what business hours means. That means usually Monday through Friday, from 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock at night. Unless it's an emergency, you get a hold of us 24 hours a day, okay? But this here says 8 business hours, it's now 4. We have now changed that to 4. It is official, and we will hold ourselves to that, okay? Tap, answer questions, okay? So, have you gotten your will done? Have you ever done your power of attorney, healthcare power of attorney? This is called estate planning. Basically, it's when something happens to you where you need a living will where you're no longer in charge of your own personal functions and you need somebody to act as your general power of attorney, or you die and you need to leave some stuff to your friends and family. Lawyers are going to prepare your estate planning, prenuptial agreements, divorce, and personal bankruptcies. Not sure, but this one doesn't do it on there. You notice prenups and divorces now? Pretty nice, right? Talked to a person yesterday, they had a divorce, which was a contested divorce, mind you. Guess how much they spent on it? Anybody got an idea? You guys will love this. All my stories are true now. I've been in the business so long. In other words, I've never lied, but I don't need anybody else's stories.
I'm sure you.
$23,000 for an uncontested divorce because of how big their estate was.
Yep.
We would have done it for $24.95
A month.
a month. Just push a button and go. Now, the 24-hour emergency assistance. A lot of people don't understand this, and I understand that some people don't like me going to certain areas of DCFS, Department of Family and Child Services. But if you have an emergency situation, most people have children. Okay? Emergency situations to us, you have to start where people are going to think where the emergency is. A lot of people, if you have an adult parent, children, or something else, where somebody's going to the hospital, somebody's going here. When my dad went into the hospital a couple of weeks ago, I actually called the law firm for the 24-hour emergency. I didn't know what was going on, and I called everybody because nobody told me that my dad was in the hospital because nobody had my phone number. And that's actually honest to God truth. So anybody that knows me and you don't have my phone number, you're
Scary.
yeah, I know. But me of all people not having my number to get a hold of me. Anyway, Legal Shield got everything fixed, and believe it or not, I am one of the general powers attorneys on this estate and planning. But 24-hour emergency doesn't mean just speeding tickets. It doesn't just mean if you're getting pulled over. What if your house is in all of a sudden it's hurricanes and everything and went down there? You know how fast that hurricane came up? And don't you think that's an emergency situation where you got things going on all over the place? There's a lot of people trying to pull a lot of legal jargon on you that you don't know about. All right, next thing. Contingency cases. This is another new one of Legal Shield. We actually will take your case for a contingency. You can pay per month, per hour, whatever you got to do with your lawyer. You make a deal with your lawyer, and they will handle your case as it's all pre-existing or if it's criminal, but we'll do a contingency. So if you're the victim of an auto accident, get hurt while on a job, or the victim of medical malpractice, if you are injured at work or in an accident, talk to a law firm about representing you on a contingency basis, which means you don't pay hourly rates. Basically, if it's contingency, they win the case, they get to keep part of it instead of the 25% discount. 25% preferred member discount, DUI, bankruptcy, contested adoption, contested divorce. Okay? Anything that's contested, you're going to argue and go to court for a long time. Next thing, tap and save member perks. You can save $2,700 a year. Just look at it this way. If you're buying it now, you can go on there and probably get it cheaper. And if you get it cheaper in the store, but they'll also honor coupons with it, you can bring the cost down even more, including groceries, canned goods, stuff like that, okay? Who's covered? The member's spouse and domestic partner, never married, dependent children under the age of 26, living at home, in college, or the military. I add military because military is part of it. It's just most people don't handle military. I'm on a veterans home. I'm going to say military, trust me. Dependent children, if you're there, dependent children under the age of 18 and the member's legal guardian, meaning you're just watching, maybe an aunt or uncle's watching you or something. You can be on their plane up till 18. Physical or mentally disabled children living at home. We're having a situation with that going on right now. That's one reason why I'm late in here today. Their child was burnt at school with pizza, and they have a disability. The child has a disability. Problem is, they had found several other marks on the child, and so we're handling that right now for them. We didn't know what was going on. So a lawyer on average is $250 an hour. With us, you were less than $1 a day. Now add to that identity theft. Everybody's heard of the Equifax breach. You know, everybody knows about Facebook, Google, all the different big scams going on there. How many know about Wells Fargo? You know, all these different companies have sold people's information because they're making it up on the back end, and then you turn around and you get the service not realizing it's theirs. However, we're not them. We're not Equifax. What we do is we actually protect your identity, okay? Sure, you have to go on there and put the information on us to watch in. If you don't put it in, we don't know what to watch. But we are going to watch your identity. Tax returns, medical claims, Social Security claims, credit, driver's license, criminal character. You are guilty until proven innocent in a court of identity theft. It's exact opposite, okay? I have to watch out because Brent's here and I got jokes in my head for political matters and I can't say them.
That's scary.
I know, right? Monitoring alerts. Credit score, Social Security, passport, driver's license, medical ID, email, loans, credit cards, bank accounts, black market websites, surveillance, and social media. Nowadays, I found out the other day, it's getting worse and worse with college kids going to the black sites, okay? Most people don't even know what they are. They don't know how to get there. Even regular, everyday kids don't know how to get there. They're learning how to get there. It's basically, it's a maze to get to the black sites. And if you get to the black sites, they can turn on your iPad cameras and everything else without you even knowing about it. You go to the wrong sites and they get your information from your computer that gets sent out. They can watch you 24 hours a day and you don't even know it because your devices don't shut off. I remember when view cams first came out, they used to have a little shutter to put over the lens. They don't make those anymore. Okay? Emails. Everybody's got email nowadays, okay? Nobody gets junk mail anymore through the mail system unless it's political ads. Driver's license. Right now, that's a big deal, especially with voter fraud and everything else going on. Social media, credit scores, Social Security, okay? People want that money. And if they get your Social, they used to steal it out of the banks. Now, a lot of people ask me, how old's identity theft been? Now, why do I say this? Because these are some good stories. 30, 40 years ago, people used to use their kids' Social Security numbers to open up electric and water bills because they didn't have good credit. If they could do that then with their own kids, what do you think they could do today? I think I'm the only one that even knows about that. I remember saying that. Okay, Identity Vault. We can protect all your passwords. Comprehensive rest. Basically, we're going to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes, you know, and we're going to restore you back to the way you were prior to the breach, and we're going to offer a $5 million guarantee. Okay. Join now. We got identity. We got an act for legal. We got an identity for identity. Basically, a family plan, $24.95 for Legal Shield, $24.95 for Identity Shield. Individual plans, $24 for the individual legal. However, $9.95 for individual Identity Shield. Okay, so if you're just an individual, it's good to have both. How do we make money? Word of mouth, marketing, and team building. Okay. A lot of people, we're still figuring out this area, and everybody else, you know, we've been around since 1972, and if we had all the answers in the world, we could tell you. But I'll tell you right now, the best thing to do is talk to somebody one-on-one. Hey, you see this, you need this, you don't throw up all over. You basically tell them what they need. Facebook will pay you nothing if you advertise with Facebook. I think Brent's advertised with Facebook before. Did you get anything out of it other than maybe a couple of customers? Right, I'm just saying, they don't pay nothing unless you pay them. It doesn't matter how much stuff you put up there, people aren't going to buy from you. They're not going to pay you. Okay, Uber pays in credits, so you get a free Uber ride every once in a while. Ooh, free Uber ride. Okay, I mean, Quincy, Illinois, we don't got taxis. Legal Shield for everybody you say will pay between $60 to $280. If you go to a good movie and you go out of that movie, you tell somebody, their kids, hey, the Ice Princess, great movie, you need to go see it. They go take their kids and say, how much did you make? Nothing, right? You get a great lawyer, which everybody's always asking legal questions. You send them to Google, how much you make? Nothing. You send them the Legal Shield, you make money. There's a difference. Google never passed a bar exam. We did. Get paid daily. We start out at $60 for a $49.90 plan. If you do 3 of those plans, plus bring in a new associate to help them out to make a little money, because we all have friends and stuff looking for money, we're going to start paying you $120 per $49 plan. So if you think about it, for the first 3, they just paid you $60. For the next 3, they're going to pay you $120. After that, manager, if you have 15 memberships, by the way, even if they drop whatsoever, they're going to give you a raise for life, okay? No matter what you do. Once you make it up to 50 plans, you make 160. Director, 190. Director is the last permanent position, meaning from there on out, whatever you do, that's what you're going to make at $49. You never go down. However, if you do at any time, even if it's the first month, you do 25 plans, 100 years from now, you do 25 plans. The company the very next month is going to pay you $230 for every $49 plan you make. If you do 50 plans, the company's going to pay you $280. However, if you do not maintain that, you go back down to the director level. Okay? It's fair as fair. However, how do you maintain that plan? Now we're going to do team overrides. If your team's doing it, your team's points count into your points. So if your team goes out and does 20 sales, 20 new memberships, and you do 5, guess what? You're an automatic senior director. If your team goes out there and does 45, and you do 5, you get 50. The reason why I always say 5 like that is because if you get to the business side of us and you open up companies that will do it every month for you, then you don't have to worry about doing that extra 5 because now you've got business coming in from companies, but you got to learn a whole different field. So the overrides for that. Here's how the overrides work. Wherever you're at, take for instance, you have somebody that does 120, okay? And say you're at the director level, okay? Nate, you know how much you just made. If you're at the director level and you bring in a person, they become a senior associate for every membership, do you know how much you just made?
Are you specifically asking me to do the math?
I'm doing it now because this is just for...
Okay, well, let's see.
Because this is what threw me off, and I bet you didn't know this one either because I taught it wrong.
You make 30, 20, so 60, 90 plus 190 is 280.
So you made 180 off their $120 sale. See that? Okay. If you are an executive director, you made 180 off their $120 sale because you get all of the overrides. Okay. The higher up they go, the less you get. You see that though? So if all of a sudden they're here and you're here, you see where you're going? So we are not top heavy, we're a middle heavy company. Now, the power of leverage. This is pretty simple. This is the more you do, the more you get. Understand that? Anything in life.
Stay with you,
Huh?
the longer you stay with you, the more
Right.
money you get.
Right. And what's nice is since you never go back down in the business, guess where you're at. Okay? If 5% sell 1%, that's 150 memberships. Okay? Both of you guys right now have teams underneath you. You just don't know it. Well, you do. You've been there long enough. So in other words, at executive director, all you did was overrides. That's it. That makes you making around $7,500 a month. Is it possible? Yeah. We've got people on our team doing it right now. Rich is doing it right now, and I should start doing it pretty soon. A couple years maybe. Tomorrow, hopefully. Our performance club this year is Cabo. The resort is being built as we speak. It's down in Mexico. The all expense paid trip for 2 to go to Cabo. Also, they're sending people to Las Vegas right now. Okay, residual income, y'all know how residuals work. Brandon, are you seeing your residuals from the people that you have in every once in a while? They're, you know, once you get that yearly, then it breaks down month to month, but it's still something.
I got a check for I got $100.
But that's just for what you did, which you didn't have to go sell anymore. That's just for them staying, right? Okay, so in other words, leverage your income.
Yeah.
Okay, how much to get started? $99, we all understand that. Get paid right now. Protect 3 families and recruit 1. Anybody that puts in 5 memberships this month, I already paid for you guys is Dallas, Texas, but anybody that puts in 5 this month, Brian's giving them over $1,000 and some dollars worth of stuff right now, 5 new memberships. So send them over to me, I'll get them put in for you, you get it. Plus, next month, if you do this again, This is kind of how it works right now. Basically, you do the performance club. We have 2 performance clubs now. We have the $90 performance club, and we have the $180 performance club. And they've got to witness it on that one. It's pretty neat because you don't have to do the whole thing anymore. But this month, if you do it 2 months, then they do a drawing, and you may be able to just go to Cabo without having to do anything else the rest of the time you're in legal show. Jeff Bell wants to really push this for 2020 because he's giving us more money than we can do in 20 days. $180 bonus, 180 plus 180, 360. Nobody has to worry about that right now. So you get all the tools. Legal Shield makes it simple. Proven track record, benefits, testimonials, recap, thank you, and luckily I'm not online, so there you go, that's it. All right, I told you I'd get that done in just a few minutes, there you go. I got that done. Now for you guys, what questions do you guys have for me right now with all the new stuff coming up? I'm just gonna answer questions and we'll be done. And instead, we'll go get pizza if you guys want. Because I figured how many people I can get out of here as fast as possible. So the whole thing is, you guys got any questions about Cabo? Right now, if you guys call me this next week and give we just go talk to 1, maybe 2, whatever, to the end of the month, you know. If I can get your 180, which 180, so if you take 24.95, was that 6? Get your calculator in front of somebody. I only do half of a plan. I have the full plan, but if I'm selling, you know, they go off the $49 plan. But 180, how many plans is that for 24.95? You know.
I always lose my calculator.
I think it's about 4.5, isn't it? For 180? I don't lose my calculator right there.
Oh, for $49?
$24.95. I got it right here. I'll do it. So $24.95 times, say, 5. That's 125. So I'll do it times 6.
It's 7.
Well, 8 plans. Well, 7.5 plans. However, if you do the $49 plan, then it's only like 4 because it's just double it. Okay. So if we do that this month, and I really want to push that, and I have wiped my schedule free to be able to do all this stuff with you. So whatever you guys want to do in order to get it, because I want everybody to go to Cabo this year, and I got rigged just being out of freaking tin dusters. Yeah, you didn't want to see what happened last time I went to the vacations. They just got back from Iceland. They're going to Rota, Spain this year also. So next week, as we're doing this, I will come in here, but if you guys would do me a favor next week, and I'll just wrap this up early, can you be in front of your computer next week instead, so you can watch me here? I want to teach you how to do that. I'm trying to get it to where, yeah, here's fine, but I'm trying to not invite too many people yet. I'm trying to get a few people on the team, but Dean, I think he's out doing beans or whatnot.
Yeah,
you know? The whole point is, he's from Oregon, okay? And I've got trucking companies up in South Dakota coming up, but if we can do it, and you can sit in front of the computer or whatever and watch it also, you know, nobody has to come in here technically unless we make an event out of it. But every week, I will personally be here, and if you have to, there's some older people, like your generation, not your generation, but people you know would rather have somebody physically talk to them, okay? I'm just practicing right now, and then eventually you guys can do it also just every once in a while. I'm not asking anybody to do anything other than a couple minutes a week. Put them in front of me, have me go somewhere, and I figured, you know, if I get 5 or 6 in for you guys, you know, we can get it done. And I'll do my best, because I really need to get you guys pushed up there. I want you guys to pass me. Any questions? I made it simple tonight, guys, it's all because it's just us and I didn't have the video on. Freaking Tim's gonna be pissed off at me.
Is he pissed off?
Because I didn't have the Zoom going. I had it all up, I mean, that's how it works right there.